locked in digital chains. Wired deep into my brain. No one sees the cage I wear. No escape, just static. Ghost behind a plastic glow. I don't feel, but I still go. Hearts replaced with usernames. Empty souls with empty fame. Click, tap, obey. Another piece of me decays. I'm locked in digital chains. Wired deep into my brain. No one sees the cage I wear. No escape, just static. We trade our truth for comfort, our thoughts for algorithm. We think we rule the machine, but the machine rules us. I'm locked in digital chains. No blood, no soul remains. Lock me out or kill the spark. I'm just noise inside the dark.
She walks through shadows I can't name. A whisper clothed in silk and flame. No chains, no vows, no sacred ring. But still I kneel to everything. No promises, no place to stay. But her fire never fades away. And I roam with her in silence. Through the ashes, through the pain. She owns me with no violence. I wait.
the machine rolls on. I'm locked in digital chains. No blood, no soul remains. Plug me out or kill the spark. I'm just noise inside the dark. We walked on sacred ground. Now the trees don't make a sound. Serpents whisper in the air. No salvation waiting there. We lit the flame, we fed the fire. We turned belief into empire. Shadows over Eden, poison in the rain. What was pure is bleeding, lost in endless pain. We were gods and gardens, now we're ghosts in chains. Shadows over Eden, nothing pure remains. Stained with pride and soaked in gold, traded youth for power cold. Flesh turned stone, the rivers dry. Truth is buried in a lie. We wore the crown of innocence. It fell, not with a scream, but fading like a dying dream. No sword, no war, no devil's face, just our reflection, our disgrace. Shadows over Eden, poison in the rain. What was pure is bleeding, lost in endless pain. We were gods and goddess,
I'm trapped beneath forevermore. A soul unblessed, I drift alone, still chained beneath the coldest storm. I scream, but none can hear me now. I claw the earth, I don't know how, still bound to
can see what's left inside the shell of me. Scars that whisper, wounds still cry, but I'm too numb to ask why. I've drowned in echoes I call true, buried deep in shattered you. Ashes of me scattered wide, blown by the storm I kept inside. I'm fading slow, can feel the flame, but still I stand without a name. They told me silence makes me strong, but silence made the pain live long. I clawed through shadows in my mind, just to lose what I can't find. If I still breathe, then there's a spark somewhere beyond this endless dark. Ashes of me scattered wide, blown by the storm I kept inside. I'm fading slow, can feel the flame, but still I stand without a name. Will I be more than all my pain? Can I be whole and rise again? The fire's low but never gone. I'll crawl through dust to find my dawn. Ashes of me still remain, carried by blood, washed in rain. From shattered soul, a new will grows, a voice returns, a fire shows. Wolves
Flames don't ask who's right or wrong, they burn until the soul is gone. I swore revenge would set me free. Now chains of guilt are choking me. Ashes of mercy in my wake. I gave it all, but all I take is pain that echoes in the flame and whispers back her broken name. The smoke has cleared, her face remains etched in the stone of all my shame. I thought I'd feel some peace somehow, but silence is my prison now. No glory waits for hate's decay. Just graves I carved along the way. Ashes of mercy in my wake. I gave it all, but all I take is pain that echoes in the flame and whispers back her broken I watched her fall through fire and lies. Now I just haunt the smoke-filled skies. There is no home, no path, no shore, just endless ash forevermore. Ashes of mercy in my wake. I gave it all, but all I take is pain that echoes in the flame and whispers back a broken broken bones and shattered pride. Still I walk, I will not hide. Scars remind me where I've been, but this fire burns within. I rise from smoke and the flame. No one left to blame. Ashes and glory written in my name. Fighting through the fury, rising from the pain. No chains can hold me, no fear remains. Ashes and glory running through my veins. Whispers haunt the dead of night. Memories I still must fight. But steel is forged through flame and strife, and I will take back my life. The world may try to bend, but I won't break, I won't end. Ashes and glory written in my name. Fighting through the fury, rising from the pain. No chains can hold me, no fear remains. Ashes and glory running through my veins. From the dust, I rebuild my soul. Through the dark, I take control. Every fall, every scar made me everything I Ashes and glory written in my name. Fighting through the fury, rising from the pain. No chains can hold me, no fear remains. Ashes and glory, I am the
The sand still falls inside my head. Each grain a word I left unsaid. I walk in loops that never fade. A ghost beneath the light I made. I see her face through every crack.
But flames don't ask who's right or wrong. They burn until the soul is gone. I swore revenge would set me free. Now chains of guilt are choking me. sun once burned. Steel and flesh, the lines have turned. No more kings, no flags to raise. Only ash and toxic haze. We built this throne with fire and hate. Now we rot beneath its weight. Ashes and iron, that's all that remains. Power through violence, truth through pain. No God, no mercy, no saving grace. Only the strong survive this place. Skulls adorn the towers high. Silent prayers lost in the sky. Brother kills for rusted bread. This is the world we made instead. Worms of war now rule the land. Justice burned by bloody hands. Ashes and iron, that's all that remains. Power through violence, truth through pain. No God, no mercy, no saving grace. Only the strong survive this place. No more warnings, no more lies. The smoke still rises from our cries. History's dead and hope has drowned. We wear the silence like a crown. Ashes and iron, that's all that remains. Power through violence, truth through pain. No God, no mercy, no saving grace. skies. You bleed beneath the flag of lies. They own your work, they steal your breath. They feed you slow with silent death. System slave, rise or fall. Your back's against the bloody wall.
nation sold in shame.